Hello everyone. Las Vegas isn't just the world's gambling and buffet capital. It's also a haven for diners, grills, and cafes. Countless mom and pop joints serving up hearty down-home cooking every day. This city is a jackpot for anyone who craves classic American comfort food. And if you're like me and have a soft spot for a perfectly cooked steak, you're in for a treat. With so many options from which to choose, finding the hidden gems can feel like a gamble. But don't worry, that's where we come in. We've scoured every corner of Vegas to uncover the best-kept secrets, sharing not only where to get the most bang for your buck, but most importantly, where to find the best off-the-beaten-path steak in town. But before we begin, according to YouTube, only 20% of those watching right now are subscribed. Subscribing is free, and it greatly helps this channel grow and allow us to bring you more reviews. So please take a moment to subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Okay, let's get started. Coming in at number 5 on our list is Norm's Restaurant. This spot is a place many people love, and with good reason. First of all, it's a slice of Southern California history and about as American as apple pie. Growing up in Southern California, I was practically raised on Norm's Diner. For locals, it's not just a restaurant, it's an institution. Founded in 1949 by Norm Roybark, Norm's has been serving comfort food 24/7 for over 7 decades. With its iconic groovy architecture and neon signs, it's a symbol of post-war Americana, evoking nostalgia from a simpler time. But let's be honest, many times nostalgic feelings can gloss over a world of sins. So, is the food as memorable as the history? Well, as a kid, I dreaded every visit. My dad loved this place, but I'd cry at the thought of going. The cheap, off-brand mayonnaise and the dipping sauces and salad dressings was a particular offender to my taste buds. I've always been sensitive to flavors, perhaps more so than most. If you have sensitive taste buds, I'd love to hear in the comments below. However, as I grew older, I started to appreciate the kitschy charm of Norm's. Somewhere along the way, I developed a soft spot for its unapologetic, all-American comfort food. One thing I have to say, I love their lemonade. Served in nostalgic jelly jars with a choice of different flavors, this time, I opted for the pomegranate. It's refreshing and genuinely delicious. Another irresistible menu item is the sampler platter. At $14.95, it's a steal. The chicken tenders alone are worth the trip. Crispy, tender, and flavorful. Honestly, I could eat a plate of just these. That said, I brought my own dipping sauce with me today, as their ranch and honey mayo still carry that off-brand taste I'm not overly fond of. The ranch and honey mustard you see are my own. They're the same recipes I used to serve at my restaurant. The platter also featured mozzarella sticks, onion rings, and shrimp, all of which were very good. Everything was fried to perfection, crunchy without being overly greasy. A win for any comfort food lover. Now let's talk about the real reason we came. The steaks. Norm's has a reputation for well-seasoned tender steaks, and the flavor of the steaks didn't disappoint. Seasoning is bold, lots of salt, pepper, garlic, complemented by a beautiful char from the grill. The downfall was the temperatures and the thickness. If, as with me, you prefer your steak rare or medium rare, you might be out of luck. The marinade they use seems to interfere with the cooking process. We ordered the 1-pound steak and eggs for $22.99, which includes your choice of pancakes, biscuits, and gravy or toast. I went for the pancakes and couldn't resist adding chocolate chips for an extra $4. Unfortunately, the steak fell short, both literally and figuratively. It wasn't close to a pound and arrived well done despite my request for rare. I sent it back, but even the replacement was far from rare and nowhere near the promised weight. The 3/4 pound T-bone, priced the same at $22.99, was a much better deal. It was noticeably larger, cooked closer to medium rare, and came with veggies and your choice of potato. We opted for the fries, which were crispy, well-seasoned, and not overly greasy. While I prefer thick-cut steak fries over the thinner ones served here, these were still satisfying. The steak also comes with your choice of soup or salad. Neither is particularly memorable, but passable. Norm's isn't perfect, but it delivers a nostalgic, satisfying dining experience that's worth revisiting. Just manage your expectations and you'll leave happy. After all, places like Norm's remind us that sometimes it's not just about the food, but about the memories as well. Coming in at number 4 on our list, a classic Vegas diner with heart and history. When you think of a true old-school diner in Las Vegas, one name stands out: Blueberry Hill. This beloved spot has been serving locals and visitors since 1987 and has now grown to 4 locations in and around the Vegas Valley, offering hearty, homemade meals that keep people coming back. Unlike many chain diners, Blueberry Hill takes pride in making nearly everything from scratch: cakes, muffins, bread, biscuits, and more. It's no surprise this place is always packed. We arrived on a Saturday at 11 a.m. and faced a 30-minute wait, a testament to its popularity. If you're not a fan of waiting, aim for off-peak hours. But honestly, the energy here makes the wait part of the fun. The buzz of conversation, the smell of fresh bread baking, and the excitement of people eager to dig into a satisfying meal all add to the charm. Starting at 11 a.m. for $24.99, you get a 10-ounce hand-cut ribeye steak served with your choice of soup or salad, fresh baked bread, and your pick of potatoes and vegetables. If you're a potato lover, remember you can always double up. The ranch dressing here is a standout, made with fresh buttermilk, and even the croutons are homemade from their freshly baked bread. The salad is simple but fresh: crisp iceberg lettuce, juicy tomatoes, sliced cucumbers, and sharp red onions. Then comes the bread, warm and straight from the oven. It's reminiscent of King's Hawaiian bread, with a soft, slightly sweet bite that melts in your mouth with their fresh whipped butter. I could easily make a meal of just the bread and be completely happy. The ribeye itself is well grilled, cooked perfectly rare as requested, with a nice char. While it may not have the deep umami punch of higher-end steakhouses, it's still satisfying, tender, well-marbled, and free of any tough gristle. The fries are crispy, golden, and addictive. I love dunking them in their ranch, but ketchup works just as well. We also ordered the country fried steak, served with double fries, plus a homemade biscuit and sausage gravy. The biscuit is a highlight. Light, fluffy, and golden brown, with a delicate, airy interior. The sausage gravy is rich, creamy, and perfectly seasoned. If you don't ask for it on the side, they'll smother both the steak and biscuit in it. Either way, it's pure comfort food. The country fried steak, while not massive, is a solid portion for $19.95. The breading is super crispy and well seasoned with plenty of salt, black pepper, and a touch of garlic powder. I prefer the fries over the mashed potatoes because the mashed are loaded with garlic and can sometimes overpower the dish. Blueberry Hill is known for its homemade desserts, so skipping them would be a mistake. Today we tried the Oreo cheesecake. While good, it wasn't my favorite. The cheesecake lacked the creamy texture I looked for, and the chocolate topping felt a bit too heavy, overshadowing the Oreo flavor. Personally, I prefer the chocolate cake, which delivers a much more satisfying finish. But either way, I always look forward to the dessert part of the meal. It's hard not to love a made-on-premises dessert. While Blueberry Hill offers a very satisfying steak, it comes in lower in our list due to its somewhat lesser depth of umami flavor and overall complexity. However, while it won't take the crown for the best steak in town, Blueberry Hill is hands down one of the best all-around diners in Vegas. The atmosphere is classic, the menu is massive, and the prices are more than fair for the quality you get. If you're looking for a welcoming spot with homemade comfort food that won't break the bank, this is it. Be prepared for wait, but it's well worth it. We couldn't do a video about off-the-beaten-path restaurants without taking you to one of Las Vegas's favorite spots, a hidden gem in an unlikely location. Tucked away in an offbeat part of town, it's a quirky little spot inside the little-known and misnamed Eureka Casino. Believe me, when you walk into this casino, one of the last words to come to mind is Eureka. But within is Fat Choi, a local's favorite, once deservedly spotlighted on diners, drive-ins, and dives. This unassuming eatery has built a reputation for delivering bold, unforgettable flavors. The menu is a treasure trove of delights, from pork belly sliders to saffron-infused fried chicken to the uber-delicious short-rib grilled cheese sandwich. Each dish at Fat Choi's exudes culinary confidence and creativity. While the menu is full of standouts, we're here for two of their steak options: the 6-ounce steak and eggs and the 6-ounce country fried steak. One thing to keep in mind though, these incredible deals are available Thursday through Sunday only and from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. For just $6, the steak and eggs breakfast is a steal. You'll enjoy a tender, perfectly cooked steak paired with golden, crispy potatoes and eggs made exactly how you order them. We opted for our steak rare as usual, and it arrived flawlessly executed. The eggs were cooked over easy to perfection, with yolks ready to spill their golden richness. The potatoes? Outstanding. Crispy on the outside, creamy on the inside, and seasoned so well, you'll likely ignore the salt and pepper shakers at your table. The $6 country fried steak is another can't-miss dish during this narrow window of time. The sirloin cut is tender enough to cut with a fork and enveloped in a perfectly crisp golden breading. It's topped with a luscious, sausage-laden country gravy that's rich, savory, and utterly indulgent. Having grown up with a love for southern fried dishes, thanks to my mom's roots, this country fried steak hit all the right notes. If you're planning your visit, don't forget, these unbeatable breakfast specials are only served Thursday through Sunday between 8 and 11 a.m. Whether you're in the mood for a hearty start to your day or simply want an incredible meal that won't break the bank, Fat Choi delivers in spades. These two dishes are not just hidden treasures, but an inexpensive secret weapon against the ever-rising tide of prices these days. Trust us, you'll be setting your alarm to get there on time. And now, the silver medalist, Vicky's Diner, a cherished Las Vegas landmark since 1964, has a rich history intertwined with the city's vibrant past. Originally known as Tiffany's Cafe, inside with White Cross Drug on South Las Vegas Boulevard, it was a favorite Rat Pack hangout. In 2014, longtime waitress Vicky bought the diner, renaming it Vicky's Diner, and cementing its reputation for home-cooked meals and a welcoming atmosphere. After closing in 2020 due to the sale of the original building, the diner relocated to the Commercial Center on Sahara Avenue, reopening in 2021 with its nostalgic charm intact. Complete with hot pink bar stools, the gratuitous picture of Elvis found in just about every Vegas diner, and other vintage Americana decor. Today, Vicky's Diner continues to delight locals and visitors with hearty breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, honoring over half a century of tradition and community. We're starting off with the 1-pound New York steak and the 1-pound T-bone steak, both part of their hearty dinner platters. Each platter includes your choice of house-made soup or salad, along with a side of mashed potatoes or crispy fries. Pricing fluctuates daily based on the market, but during our visit, the T-bone was priced at a reasonable $25, while the New York came in at an incredible $20. The soup of the day was a beef noodle creation that brought to mind chili in a lighter, brothier form. Was it life-changing? No, but it offered a robust beef broth with rich, satisfying flavors and a touch of chili powder for warmth. Another negative was the pasta, a little overcooked, an insult to Italian mothers everywhere. I wish they'd kept the pasta on the side and added it to the soup when served so the pasta would remain al dente. But moving on, the salad was unassuming, yet classic, featuring crisp iceberg lettuce, juicy tomato wedges, crunchy cucumber slices, and delicately sliced Vidalia onions. What truly elevated it, however, were the house-made dressings. The blue cheese dressing transported me back to childhood days with its bold, creamy base, studded with generous chunks of blue cheese, reminiscent of the nostalgic flavors of Bob's Big Boy. I couldn't resist sampling both, the blue cheese and the ranch dressing served on the side. The ranch was a standout in its own right, crafted with fresh, tangy buttermilk that added a zesty, refreshing surprise. Both dressings were delightful, but again, we're here for the steaks. When they arrived, the New York cut was enormous, beautifully charred, and marked with almost picture-perfect grill lines. The fries looked fantastic, And while the green beans, though sautéed with tomato, onion, and oregano for a homemade touch, clearly came from a can, they were a decent effort. However, I would have preferred double fries if fresh veggies weren't an option. The steak itself was cooked perfectly rare as I'd requested, with a rich, savory umami flavor. It was seasoned generously with salt and pepper, delivering bold, satisfying bites. I have to come clean with you. I always bring along my homemade ketchup, which I make with sugar, as I'm not a fan of high fructose corn syrup. The fries are lightly battered, golden, and crisp, and not at all greasy, with a nice creamy center. A great compliment to the steak. The T-bone is another beautiful cut of meat, thick, perfectly grilled, and cooked to a flawless rare temperature, just again as we'd ordered. The beef quality is excellent, fresh and tender, seasoned simply with just the right amount of salt and pepper, allowing the natural flavor of the meat to shine through. As always, we prefer our beef rare, but the steaks here can be cooked to suit any preference. So if you like it charred beyond recognition, we're not here to judge. For the price, the steaks are a fantastic deal, especially given today's economy. Vicky's Diner delivered on quality, flavor, and value. We'll definitely be back, and I hope you give it a try. I promise you're gonna love it. Okay, coming in at the number one spot. Drum roll, please. Today's gold medalist, Jackson's Bar and Grill. The legendary spot that's been serving up one of the best steak deals in Las Vegas for years. While technically a grill, it has the heart and soul of an old school diner, where regulars are treated like family and newcomers quickly become loyal customers. In a city where prices seem to climb by the day, Jackson's has held the line, offering a massive hand-cut 1-pound ribeye steak for just $20, a deal that feels like a throwback to old-time Vegas. Jackson's has been a hidden gem for locals and industry workers for years, keeping its prices fair and portions generous. It embodies the spirit of classic Vegas dining. No frills, just great food done right. Many places have come and gone, but Jackson's has stayed true to its roots, proving that affordable, high-quality steakhouse fare still exists in Sin City. Before getting to the steak, we kick things off with a new appetizer, Bottle Rockets. For just $9.99, you get sliced jalapenos marinated overnight in fresh buttermilk, then dipped in scratch-made batter and deep-fried to golden perfection. These crispy, salty bites shatter the moment you sink your teeth into them, releasing a burst of fiery flavor. The leftover buttermilk from the marinade gets turned into a house-made ranch dressing that's beautifully spicy, having absorbed all the capsaicin from the peppers. Be warned, these are dangerously addictive. For sides, you get a choice of potato. Baked potatoes are only available after noon, and the vegetable of the day. But since my mom's no longer around to tell me to eat my veggies, I always double up on the fries. And these fries, thick cut, crispy on the outside, light and fluffy on the inside, and never greasy. But the real star of the show is the steak. Chef Lonnie, who we've chatted with many times, is passionate about his beef. He personally trims and cuts the steaks fresh every day, ensuring the highest quality. As he jokingly puts it, no kangaroo meat here. I've had more of these steaks than I can count over the years, and they never disappoint. The ribeye is grilled over an open wood fire, giving it a deep, smoky flavor you just can't fake. The seasoning is simple, but perfectly done. Salt, pepper, and garlic powder, letting the natural richness of the beef shine. While it's not visible in the video, the quality of this meat is head and shoulders above the other off-the-beaten-path places in Vegas. The meat is well marbled, producing a steak which delights with every bite. It's an umami lover's paradise. I've always loved the accompanying fat these upper echelon steaks have, and no exception here. I can make a meal of the fat alone. And you can have it cooked however you like. No surprise, I ordered it rare with a charred crust, and they prepared it perfectly. I once had a friend who would always order his steak well done, and then drown it in ketchup. Made my soul hurt. But hey, to each his own. Well anyway, for $20, this is hands down the best steak deal in Vegas. No gimmicks, no pretense, just great food at a price that doesn't just feel like a steal, but is a steal. You'd be crazy to miss out. Las Vegas may be known for its glitz and glam, but when it comes to classic, out-of-the-way, hole-in-the-wall places with quality steaks, this city delivers in spades. From hidden gems like Fat Choi to nostalgic institutions like Norm's and Vicky's Diner, each spot offers something unique. Whether it's unbeatable prices, a rich history, or simply a well-cooked quality steak that hits the spot, Jackson stands out as the ultimate value pick, proving that you don't need to spend a fortune for a top-tier ribeye, while Blueberry Hill reminds us that comfort food done right never goes out of style. Whether you're a Vegas local or just visiting, these off-the-beaten-path places prove that sometimes the best meals are the ones served without pretense. Just great food, great prices, and a whole lot of heart. This would be a good time to hit the notifications bell so you get a reminder when the new review becomes available. And of course, it's always a good time to like, subscribe, comment, or share. It helps us grow and to bring you more reviews. Until we eat again, bon appetit!